Today we are going to discuss about the chapter of class 11, that is a uniform circular motion. So in order to discuss about the chapter uniform circular motion, here I have written some key points, that is circular motion, uniform circular motion, angular displacement and angular velocity. So one by one we will discuss about each and every topic. So I am going to state about the first topic, that is a circular motion. Students, as I have given you the idea that what is motion, before going to speak about the circular motion, you have to know that what do you mean by motion. What do you mean by the term motion? Whenever an object changes its position with respect to time and surrounding, that phenomena is said to be the motion. Whenever, here I am writing, whenever an object changes its position with respect to time and surrounding is called motion. Okay, students. So like rotation of Earth, revolution around the sun, each and every planet is revolving around the sun. These are termed as the phenomena of motion. So there is a specified condition, that is a circular motion. What do you mean by the circular motion? In order to discuss about the circular motion, if we say that we are writing the topic circular motion, so how we can define the circular motion and how we can say that a body possesses a circular motion? When a body moves in a circular path, then such type of the motion is said to be the circular motion. So here I am writing, when a body moves along a circular path, it means that the path should be like a circle geometry. Okay, when a body moves along a circular path is called circular motion of the body. So for example, how we can give the examples of the circular motion, like the motion of fan. Okay, we can write that the fan motion. Okay, and wheels are moving in a circular path. Wheels are moving also in a circular path, So these are the various examples of the circular motion possessed by a body. So what I have given here, that whenever an object changes its position with respect to time and surrounding, then such phenomenon is said to be the motion. Whereas whenever a body moves along a circular path is called a circular motion, like the motion of fan. And as we are knowing that the wheels are also moving in a circular path like this. Okay, and also we can say that the motion of the planets in a circular path. So these are the various examples of the circular motion. Now we are moving towards the next topic, that is a uniform circular motion. Okay, students. So one by one we are going to discuss about the topics. Now students, we are moving towards the next topic, that is a uniform circular motion. Students, earlier I have given you the idea that whenever an object is moving in a circular path, then it is said to be the circular motion. So what do you mean by the uniform circular motion? It is a specified condition of the circular motion. So what do you mean by the uniform circular motion? Whenever an object, how we can define? When an object moves in a circular path, circular path, when an object moves in a circular path with a constant speed, with a constant speed, with a constant speed is known as what? That is a uniform circular motion. So if there are few features of the uniform circular motion are there. So one by one we are. So here the key point is that the speed will be uniform. Speed will be uniform for this motion will be uniform. And the next thing is that the velocity changes continuously. Okay, students. So let's start to discuss briefly. Here I have written that the uniform circular motion is defined as when an object moves in a circular path with a constant speed. Means that here I have written the constant speed. What does it mean? Constant speed means that there is equal distance covered in equal interval of time. It means that there is no change in the speed takes place. So students, means constant speed means that the equal time interval and equal distance covered. So when an object moves in a circular path with a constant speed is known as uniform circular motion. That's why we are using that uniform. Uniform means no variation takes place in its speed. Here I have written the 2 points. The first point is that speed will be uniform. It means that no change in speed takes place. No change in speed takes place. Speed will be remain unchanged. Okay, students. And the second thing which I have written here that the velocity changes continuously. So with the help of a diagram we will discuss this thing. So I am going to draw a diagram for this topic. What is that diagram and how we can discuss the uniform circular motion with the help of that? You can see here, if I am going to draw a circular path, let us suppose that this is a circular path onto which a body is moving. Okay, the topic is uniform circular motion. So let us suppose that this is the center point O, okay, and the body is here. Let us suppose that this is the body at point A. At A distance, the body is at point A. After time interval T, the body is now reaches to the point B. After certain interval of time T, the body reaches to the point C, and after certain interval of time, the body reaches to the point D. And now at time T, it reaches to E. So you can see here from here that body changes its position with respect to time. So we can say that the body is in motion, and as the body is moving along a circular path, then it is said to be the circular motion. Now we are going to discuss about the uniform circular motion. If at point A, at point B, at point C, at point D, and point E, the speed for every, here I am writing for every point, what are the points A, B, C, D and E? Speed is constant. If speed is constant, then we can say that, what we can say that? Then we can say that the body will possess the uniform circular motion. If students from here at point A, you can see that the body is moving in this type of a direction. Okay. Now at point B, you can see the body is changing its direction like this. At point C, the body changes its direction like this. And at D, the body changes its direction like this. And at point P, its direction like this. As we are knowing that the velocity is having the 2 components. What are those components? Those are the magnitude and direction. So as we have said that the speed like that uniform, so magnitude, there will be no change in the magnitude takes place. But there will be the thing which will be takes place, that is a change in its direction at each and every point. From here we can see that magnitude will be constant. What we can conclude that for the uniform circular motion, magnitude will be constant. Magnitude will be constant, but direction varies. Okay, students. So this is the basic characteristics of the uniform circular motion. In this order, we can discuss about the uniform circular motion. So now the next topic is that is the angular displacement. What do you mean by the angular displacement? So student, as you have seen that I am going to write about the angular displacement. Students, before going to speak about the topic angular displacement, I want to give you glance that I am writing angular displacement. Students, what do you mean by the angular displacement? Students, with the help first I will give you an example and then after I will discuss the topic. Students, if you draw a clock, let us suppose that this is a clock. Okay? In each and every day you are always watching the clock. So this is 3, this is 3, 12, 6, 9, 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11. So let us suppose that now there is a time is 3 o'clock and 5 minutes. So from this diagram what you can observe? You can observe that if and let us suppose that first the time is 12 o'clock. Okay students, now the time is 12 o'clock. Both the minute and hour at the single point. Okay. Now as the time starts to exceed, now if the time becomes 12 o'clock and 10 minutes. So from you can see that there is a variation in these two. There is a variation in these two minute hand and hour hand. So what is that? This hand is moving in a circular path like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. So from here we can see that there is some angle. So there is some angle swept by these two hands. So with the help of this diagram, we are going to discuss about the angular displacement. So what do you mean by the angular displacement? Let's start to learn. Okay students, now we are going to discuss about the angular displacement. What do you mean by the angular displacement? From its name, the topic name, it is clear that the angular means something in a form of angle. Something in a form of an angle means something as a curvature. So what I have written here, the angle swept by how we can define the angular displacement is that the angle swept out by the radius vector in a given duration of time is called that the what? That is the angular displacement. So with the help of this diagram we can discuss that what do you mean by the angular displacement. Students, as we are knowing that for a circle the radius will be equal for each and every point. So let us suppose that this is the radius vector r. Okay. So this is the radius vector r at a instant time when time t was 0. Let us suppose that an object was at time t equals to 0 was at a rest with the radius vector r. Now after a given interval of time, if the time interval is given here, I have written that duration of time. Okay. So now after time t, the body reaches near the point A, and here let us suppose that this is the point B. Now after time t, the body reaches to the point B. So from here what we can say that? We can say that there is an angle swept by the radius vector. This is the radius vector because the radius vector means that the radius which shows the position of the particle. Which shows the position of the particle. So at time t was 0, the particle was at point A. Now when time t becomes t, so the particle is at point B. So what I have written here, the angle swept out. So here you can see that when time t was 0, it was here at point A. Now after time t, the body reaches to the point point B. So there is some angle. There is some angle. Okay. So the angle swept out by the radius vector in a given interval of time is said to be the angular displacement. Let us suppose that this r, okay, this is the distance. So it will be given by delta s and time is delta t. So what we can write that? We can write that mathematically that angular displacement, okay, angular displacement here angular displacement, that is s is equals to, that is angular displacement in the form of angle. So the angle swept by the angle, that is delta theta. Angular displacement is given by theta. So delta theta is equals to r upon radius. That is the r upon radius. What is r? Here the r is the distance traveled, that is delta s upon radius is what? That is r. So with the help of this mathematical formula, we can calculate that the angular displacement covered by an object while it is possesses the motion as a uniform circular motion. Okay students, so this is the mathematical interpretation of the, mathematically we can write that the angular displacement, that is delta t is equal to r upon radius, and which can be given by delta s upon delta r. Okay students, now we are moving towards the further topic, that is the angular velocity. What do you mean by the angular velocity? We are going to discuss. Okay students. So students, now we are turning towards the next topic, that is the angular velocity. What do you mean by the angular velocity? In order to discuss this chapter, that is a uniform circular motion, we are going to discuss about the topic, that is the angular velocity. How we can define the angular velocity when a body possesses a uniform circular motion. So the rate of angular displacement undergone by a particle performing the uniform circular motion is called angular velocity. Okay students, so what do you mean by rate? Here I have used a term, that is a rate. Rate means something which changes with respect to time. Okay, in our daily life, whenever you are visiting to the market, you are asking that what is the rate of potato, what is the rate of apple. It means that the rate is changes with respect to time. Okay, so the rate of angular displacement undergone by a particle performing a uniform circular motion. Whenever a body is performing the uniform circular motion, so whatever be the angular displacement covered by the object in a specified time is said to be the angular velocity, and it is given by omega. It is given by omega. So we can write that mathematically we are going to give it a formulation term, that mathematically angular displacement is given by omega. So omega is equals to angular displacement. So angular displacement is, that is delta theta, because the body is going to cover in a circular path, so the displacement will be in form of angles. Delta theta upon delta t is the angular velocity of an object when a body is performing the uniform circular motion. So if someone asks that, sir, if time t becomes, if delta t becomes tends to 0, if time interval, that change in the time is very small, means instantaneous. If time becomes instantaneous, then we can write that omega is equals to limit t tends to 0. This is the instantaneous angular velocity, that is d and d theta upon dt. Okay, delta theta upon dt. When change is very small, means instantaneous spontaneous, we can say that is d theta upon dt. So in order to calculate that the instantaneous angular velocity, we can use a formula that okay, upon dt for a certain instant of time. So this is the mathematical expression for the angular velocity. What I have given you the ideology that the rate of change of angular displacement undergone by a particle performing the uniform circular motion. The most essential thing is that the body is performing the uniform circular motion. That's why the body will give the angular displacement as theta in a specified duration of time. So for that we can calculate that the angular displacement in the form of angle and time interval t. If we are willing to calculate that the angular displacement for a certain instant, that when the time t becomes tends to 0, then for here we can say that omega is equal to d theta upon dt, which is known as the instantaneous angular velocity. Okay students, so hopefully you all have got all the points which I have delivered here. Now we are going to discuss on the basis of that previous lecture. Today we are going to discuss the new topic, that is the relationship between the angular velocity and angular linear velocity. So as we are knowing that linear velocity means that when a body is moving in a linear path, that its velocity is said to be the linear velocity, whereas when a body is moving in a circular path, then its velocity is said to be the angular velocity. So we are going to what? Establish a relationship between the angular velocity and linear velocity. So angular velocity is given by the term omega and linear velocity is given by the term v. Okay, so let us suppose that what we are knowing that we know that the angular displacement, that is the delta theta is equals to angular displacement is equals to arc upon radius. As we know that angular displacement is equals to arc upon radius. Okay students, already I have given you the idea that whenever an object is moving in a uniform circular motion, then the angular displacement is given by the formula, that is arc upon radius, and arc is delta s and radius is r. Okay, let us suppose that this is the equation number 1. If we are going now, what we are going to do, because our aim is to establish a relationship between the omega and v. So now what we are going to do, divide equation first both sides with delta t. So dividing, what I am writing here, dividing equation 1 both sides by delta t. Time interval is delta t. So what we will get, that delta theta upon delta t is equals to delta s r into delta t. Students, if we suppose that the time interval delta t is very small, if time t tends to be what, the delta t tends to be 0. Now what we are going to put the limit. So from this, this is the LHS, what we can write there, limit delta t tends to 0, delta s upon delta t is equals to what? Delta theta, here not delta s, that is delta theta upon delta t is equals to limit. From here, radius for a uniform circular will be what? Non-variable, so we can take it out as a constant 1 upon our limit delta t tends to 0. Now from here, delta s upon delta t. Okay students, because radius will be not change for a circle, it will be constant. As we are knowing that delta theta upon delta t, that is angular velocity. The rate of change of angular displacement with respect to time is known as angular velocity. Will be given by the term omega, this is angular velocity, and 1 by r remain unchanged, and change in displacement with respect to time is known as linear velocity. So we can give it as v. Okay, this is linear velocity. So from here what we have concluded that omega is equals to v by r. V by r is the first relationship. Either we can also write that what we can write that v is equals to r into omega. Okay, students, this is the relationship between the linear velocity and angular velocity. If we are knowing that the linear velocity, so we can calculate the angular velocity. If we are knowing the angular velocity, we can calculate the linear velocity of an object. Okay, students.